Welcome to the 37th annual William A. Athens Loyalty Day Parade. It is May 3rd, 2015, and with me here today is Jim Pitcairn.
Nancy, what a great day today. We are probably looking at close to, if not the first 80 day in the 2015 school year.
It's just a gorgeous day. It's been a gorgeous weekend, and we are so thrilled to have 75 participants this year, which you determined is more than last year, right?
More than last year. And here we sit at the corner of Cedar and Haven Avenue with the beginning of the parade not that far away from us.
And it's so heartening when I'm driving on the Haven coming here today to see all the chairs set up. Of course, we're not down there and we can't see them all, but everybody gets geared up for this parade as it's just the tradition in New Lenox.
Happens once a year, and as we look south on Cedar Road, it is wall-to-wall people on both sides of the street.
And it just gives us a chance to honor those who've given back, whether it be veterans for our country, volunteers for the community. It's just a nice recognition to know what New Lenox is all about.
Well, talking about what New Lenox is all about, we will periodically discuss some of the awards that New Lenox has won in relationship to really being a great village.
Yes. The Home of Proud Americans now has data to support it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, very much so. And as we discuss some of these things, I'm sure it will surprise some of the people just how well New Lenox has done as a village.
And it certainly justifies why people continue to move here.
That's correct. I've been here 50 years. I moved in 1963, 2,500 people in the village. Today, we are probably just in the vicinity of 25,000.
Yes, just over that.
Okay.
But then with the township, it's probably about 42,000?
Yes.
Is that about right?
Yes, I would think so. 42, 45,000 in the township. And, of course, the building is starting to pick up now that the recession is starting to wind down.
Yes. So we have the banner there on your screen starting out, stating the parade number. And the police chief is right behind, which is tradition, by the way. I don't know that I've ever spoken at one of these parades without the police chief being the first.
Police chief is always the first, leads off the parade.
Yes.
Following the police chief there, VFW Post 9545, Harry E. Anderson Post, New Lenox.
That was established in 1947. It was the same year that the Ladies Auxiliary was formed. But just imagine all that they've done for veterans since that time and the wars that they have for veterans that they've supported.
And right behind them, the Thomas E. Hartung American Legion Post 1977, also from New Lenox.
Yes. Color Guard. And then the military cars following from the VFW Post 9545. I mean, if you don't know what the VFW does for the community, this is notwithstanding all they do for veterans. They have bingo there. They have a fish fry. They have a wonderful hall that you can rent. I mean, as a trustee, that's something that I hear from people is why don't we have a banquet hall? Well, we do actually have two of them, very nice ones, in the village. One is the American Legion on South Cedar, and the other one is the VFW right off of Vine, just north of Route 30. And go in there and check them out. They actually have people there that will actually help you arrange for the event that you're trying to host in New Lenox.
Well, right now, we're looking at a parade of military vehicles. All from the VFW Post 9545.
Yes. And they've been with us every year. It's just a great way for us to honor their service as much of them to show that they have been with us. That's the Marine Corps, that one in particular,
Right.
and then the Army. I can't imagine being in combat, Jim.
Well, I can't either.
We have two veterans that'll be coming up later, one who served in Beirut and another one in Afghanistan, and it's just mind-boggling what they go through.
Very traumatic, isn't it?
It is, and it just substantiates the fact that we need to have services to support them. I mean, we will have at least one organization in this parade that does provide services to help them get back on their feet, if you will. Glad I mentioned the Ladies Auxiliary. There they are.
Yes. Here's one with 2 American flags.
Yes. Kind of epitomizes its proud. You're proud to be an American.
Yes, it does. And we live in the home of proud Americans.
Which I don't know about you. I've heard that ever since I moved here, which was 30-something years ago.
Never wanted to move. Very happy here.
And like you said, there's been so many changes, since we've both come here. I mean, I was always the person when I first moved here that had to drive to Joliet or Orland to do my shopping. And
Right.
it's not just the tax revenue that New Lenox can use to build its infrastructure, but it's also for, saving on gas for residents. Thank you. USS Chicago Base. United States submarine.
It's nice to have them here in New Lenox with us.
Yes. I'm pretty sure they were here at least last year.
I think so. I think so. That's good.
Oh, and they actually have the Los Angeles class attack submarine. It's just come.
Yes.
It's on the truck right in front of the screen now. Wow.
They brought a contingent, didn't they?
They did. Looks like here's another one on the back of this one. The next
Yes.
one. USS Illinois. You have the fire department coming up on your screen. And that white truck is the Korean veterans. I went to Washington, D.C. and saw that memorial for the Korean War. Oh, absolutely wonderful. And here are our New Lenox Fire Department.
This is their new ambulance.
Oh, yes. You are very familiar with the fire department.
Well, yes. Once we get past
the noise.
their engine, yes. Frankfurt's Tower Ladder. Frankfurt?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Nancy, fire department-wise, the 4 communities work extremely close together.
It's wonderful. And speaking of a group that works wonderful together, it's CERT that is coming up on your screen here. You know, there are hundreds of people that have come out to make New Lenox a safer community, and really all It's not as difficult as people think it is to participate in CERT. It's a 20-hour free course that Dan Martin, the public safety chief for New Lenox, orchestrates, and they actually have their own website. You can Google it and find out the details of that.
CERTS, Community Emergency Response Team. In December of 2014, the last month in December, New Lenox was awarded for the 4th time the Hometown Award, which is a very prestigious award, and it was because of our CERTS program. Over 250 people.
We really don't need that. Thank you.
Over 250 people have been trained under the CERTS program.
Wow, that's awesome. And now we have the emergency services response teams.
And they've really expanded in the last 10 years. So Manhattan Emergency Response Team. And I know they work very closely together with New Lenox also. Sometimes if it's a big obligation, they share duties.
Yes, and we have the Liberty Junior High Marching Band coming on your screen now. 60 band members and director Jen Clark with many parent volunteers, some of them walking with the kids. We'll let you hear them play now.
Following any band is always a bandwagon or a band bus or equipment or just parents.
Parent volunteers, right?
That's correct.
Now on your screen, you'll see Margot McDermott herself, who is walking and waving to people, and Tom Weigel from the county board.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Good. Margot has a wonderful office on Route 30. She invites people to be able to come and visit there if they need something. Here's Ray Tuminello.
Ray Tuminello.
Former village trustee running for Will County Board. Oh, thank you, Ray. Old Plank Trail Community Bank.
They've been very active in the community also.
Now they can see Margot on the screen. Okay, Tuminello. There they come. Yes, they are. They are very community-minded. You know, I remember when we had the Share Fest and they had the clothes where they were collecting them for the women and people who were out of work so that they could come in. It was wonderful. You dropped them off there and then you went to Trinity. And this is the Knights of Columbus.
New Lenox Council 10926.
The Knights of Columbus, Father Dick Allen, New Lenox Council 10926, is part of the Catholic parish at St. Jude's here in New Lenox and are active in the community. The council was formed in 1992 and has grown to over 335 men, making it one of the largest councils in the area. They are part of a worldwide organization that together has been able to donate more than $1.4 billion and 664 million volunteer hours to worthy causes in the past decade. And now
Martino Junior High Band, New Lenox. 55 band members in the junior high.
Kyle Rinke is the director.
Future Marching Knights. Future marching knights.
And then we have Cub Scout Pack coming right after Martino is completed.
"25 years of service."
Wow.
Cub Scout Pack 6.
People are being so generous to it, Jim. I don't think I'm going to be on my diet today.
We are being showered by candy, aren't we? We need a goodie bag. We can take it all
That's
home
right.
with
Well,
us.
Dan gave us these big cert buckets, so we can just fill those puppies up. How's that? Now we have the Girl Scouts that are coming, even though you get to watch all the people enjoying the parade. You know, these are the Manhattan Girl Scouts and the New Lenox Girl Scouts, and I was able to find out that there are 700 girls just in New Lenox and 450 adults that
Wow.
volunteer for, and it's 68 troops that are volunteering out of 14 schools. That's just amazing.
Yes, it is it?
It really is.
The numbers.
Yes. You know, and that's part of the home. That's part of the home of Proud Americans. It's the parent volunteers that want to make this a nice place to live.
You are right, Nancy.
This is Troop 70.
Girl Scouts.
Yes, Junior Girl Scouts.
And they're having fun, aren't they, throwing their candy?
Well, they're going to be burning calories today because
Yeah.
they're walking the entire route. And we have some brownies. And the New Life Church Cadets, Club number 2717, is now coming up on your screen. New Life Church is off of Gauger, close to Haven, just south of there. It's wonderful that the churches have the parent volunteers, too, to make those things happen for the
Yep.
kids.
We even got Dad throwing candy there.
Yeah. Troop 12, serving New Lenox since 1965. And that's from the Methodist Church, it says.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
There's their leader, Bill Crone, who's probably been a Boy Scout for 35 to 45 years.
Wow. And this is the Girl Scouts also, or Boy Scouts, excuse
Boy
me.
Scouts.
Jeez, sorry. There are so many community service projects that Boy Scouts are involved with, it would take me too long to read them.
But that's the nice part of living in town. You have your choice of what you want to get involved in,
Exactly.
and you always have the parent support to go along with it.
And here's St. Jude's School with the marching warriors right behind it.
Yes. Win this car.
Yeah, how about those Lincoln Way West marching warriors? And check out that awesome 2014 Dodge Dart that they're raffling off. Just help support one of the Southwest Suburbs' premier music programs. You can show your support by buying a ticket from the table behind the grandstands or at the VFW immediately after the parade. You can also buy them in the Lincoln Way West office Monday through Friday from 9 to 3 p.m. This great fundraiser has been made possible with the cooperation of Denny Guess, South Oak Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Matson, Illinois. Wonderful raffle.
Happens to be painted their school colors.
Yeah, isn't that funny? I wonder how that happened. And this on your screen are some more Scouts.
Troop 549.
Girl Scouts, reach for the stars. And then we have the GBMA training grounds.
Martial arts.
Yes, and this is off of Schoolhouse Road. I did not know that. I had to find that out. But I think this is one of two, at least, martial arts studios for kids in New Lenox. Teaches great self-defense and discipline. And now we have you can see those kids proudly carrying their flag for the martial arts studio. And here comes the New Lenox Library.
Library. On the Commons. Great addition.
They had a great spring fundraiser called the Spring Arts Festival. Very, very well attended. Very pleased for them that they had such a great showing. And there's Ed Tatro and his wife Karen in one of the convertibles. Linda Evans.
She has been associated with the library for a long time, hasn't she?
Yes, she has. Cub Scout Pack 94. Let's explore. With their leader, Dave Nichols. Fun with a purpose for boys in grades 1 through 5.
Oh, these kids get a chance to walk here. They're not riding.
But they're eating candy. The sugar high will keep them going.
Some more Pack 49.
You wonder if the kids who are walking drew the short straw. Tiger Cubs are the ones with the orange hats. I remember that.
How about that? The kids ride and the dads walk. They'll sleep well tonight.
And here is BMO Harris Bank coming up. They will be next after Cub Scout Troop 49. There's Hubert. Isn't that his name?
Yes, yes.
You know, it's been since 2004 that Harris bought the New Lenox State Bank. When I saw they were in the parade, it was curiosity got the best of me. I didn't realize it'd been that long.
You didn't think Hubert was going to be here, huh?
Now here's another martial arts studio in town, and they've been with us before, Tiger Kwan's Martial Arts. And they're always good for giving us a demonstration.
Yes, we're going to have a demonstration.
Look how little that those girls are. That's wonderful. With their green belts on. Mr. Kwan is on Route 30 in that Ace Hardware Plaza. After school martial arts program. How's that, parents?
Yes.
Taekwondo and kickboxing. I'm not going to be able to pronounce the second one. But now we have our Lincoln Way Marching Knights. Chris Morazek, band director.
And see, all 4 Lincoln Way bands have been graced with honors over the years.
Yes. They sound great, and they're all in sync.
Yes. And right behind them, their band truck.
Yeah, they have their website particularly mentioned several awards they'd won this year. So, and I guess they start band camp in the summer, and they continue to go throughout the year, whether it's
yes.
football games, performances, other performances, parades. We're not the only ones certainly they're at.
Field shows during football season. It's 7 days a week.
Huge commitment. Oh, this is the New Lenox Park District.
Park District. Received their brochure in the mail here not too long ago. What a plethora of different programs that they put on.
You know, they have 300 programs.
Okay.
Yeah, for 62,000 residents is what they represent, which is very impressive. And this is the Lincoln Way ROTC on your screen. Right before them was the Township Transportation. If you ever need transportation, just look on the New Lenox Township's website. The phone number's right there.
Look at this fancy decorated car here, Nancy.
Yeah, you mean the Corvette or the one in front of it?
Not the car.
Happy Bettenhausen. He's been in this parade every year. From Phillips Chevrolet in Frankfurt.
Yeah. No, the Corvette doesn't look too bad.
No, it's the Masonic Lodge in Elwood.
Elwood.
Yes.
We have a Corvette, and then we go back to about a 1932 behind them.
Well, I'm glad you knew that because I didn't. No, it represents the New Lenox, the cruise night.
Cruise night down at AJ's.
Right, which is right on Route 30.
Sunday night, 6 till 9.
1931 Ford Model A. Owner Tom and Annette Darnell. Thank you for participating. The second car is a 2008 Mustang GT California, special owner Jason Eagle. And don't forget at AJ's you can get your hot dogs and your gyros.
And everything else that you want. This has to be the Lincoln Way East.
You're right. The Griffins?
Yes.
Bert Johnson is the band director.
every band has their flag girls, and they play a very important part in their field performance during the
They
fall
do.
of the year.
And the color guard practices just as hard as the band does, don't
Yes, that's correct.
Talk about teamwork. You always associate that with sports, but it's so much to music.
Big band van there.
Right behind the band, we have the softball players. New Lenox Girls Softball Association. Thank goodness they have those fields off of Route 30. And all of their generous sponsors, Cherry Hill Studio, are the ones walking past us right now. Empire Tire. And they're also in the truck that's now on your screen.
Oh, they're excited, huh?
Yeah. CRZ Automotive.
Look at the bubbles coming up, too.
Midland State Bank. Lincoln Way Community Bank. Pizza Mia. New Lenox Family Eye Care. McDonald's on Laraway Road. Thank you, businesses, for supporting our kids.
Empire Tire.
These kids play and are sponsored by A Plus Dental.
New Orleans Girls Softball Association.
Just another great parent volunteer organization.
Oh, I recognize the Golden Arches here.
It's called brand awareness at its finest, right?
Yes.
It's nice that we've got two of them in town, and they're so far apart from each other. They can serve different areas. And Phoenix.
Black and gold. Each one of the schools, as they developed, had to have at least one color, either
Oh.
black or red.
Okay.
When they picked their colors, black and gold for North.
Kay Hickman is the band director.
of Phoenix.
Now we have the Village of New Lenox. I don't think I recognized this last year, Jim, so I got my act together this year. Public Works trucks.
Look who's in the red shirt there. Look who's throwing the candy off.
And the First Lady of New Lenox. I told him you wanted to speak for half an hour, so.
You notice how they put me at the back of the line because I'm always talking to people and there's a 2-block gap. So that's all right. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. Isn't it a great day for parade?
It's a beautiful, every day is a good day for a parade, but weather-wise it doesn't get better than this. So it's nice to see the two of you out here again, as always, staples in the community for so many reasons. Young staples. That's right. Well, thank you. You guys enjoy. You got anything for me, or am I gonna head back?
You're off the hook.
Off the hook. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Dave Butterfield. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Water department truck was very generous with their candy.
Well, that's the end of the parade, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today. You know, we have to thank all the volunteers, even though Dave Butterfield's still throwing candy at you in the screen. Director is Dean Anderson. Technical director is Maddie Krulowitz. Camera, Rich Orlowski, Ethan Orlowski, John Petrosky, Pat Hartney, Greg Voss, Jens Schomer. They're all on camera. Producers were Sally Van Cura, Sam Krulowitz, and Don Winnie. Technical is Mike Hewell and Don Smith. And you had something, did you want to share with us, Jim, before we end?
Yes, I do. You know, we talked about how great New Lenox was to live in, and here are some of the honors that they've received recently. 9th safest community in Illinois. 10th best community for families in Illinois. 5th fastest growing communities in the Chicagoland area. 10th fewest foreclosures in the Chicagoland area during the recession. And for the 32nd year, Village received the Government Financial Officers Association Certificate of Advancement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. And Nancy, you know better than I do. I know that their budget has always been right on year after year after year.
Balanced budget.
So it is a great place to live. It's a great place to shop and work. And obviously, it's a great place to raise your kids and send them to school.
It is. Well, Jim, thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you. I certainly appreciate it and look forward to this.
That sounds good. Thank you all for joining us.
Wave.